YouTube, how's it going? Frogs Angels is back with some more NFL position rankings for the upcoming season. We got 3-4 outside linebackers for you guys today. So we'll get to the 4-3 outside linebackers eventually. We already did some defensive position rankings in the recent past, so check those out if you haven't, as well as the offensive position rankings. But on to the 3-4 outside linebackers. I got my top 10. We got Danny Provolone's top 10, so two different sets of top 10. Also, on our Twitter, I tweet out polls, who is the best in each of these position groups we cover. So for outside linebackers, you guys voted for Von Miller. Nothing surprising there. The Broncos 3-4 outside linebacker wins the fan voted outside linebacker. Right before we get into our top 10, our subscriber goes 10K subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so to help us out. We much appreciate it. But to my 3-4 outside linebackers, number 10 is going to be Olivier Vernon of the Giants. Here's the thing with him. I think he's more of a DN, to be honest with you. I liked him better at DN, 4-3 DN spot. Giants running at 3-4. That's a team. It's an interesting team. The way they drafted recently, I think they want to keep running. Obviously, they want to keep running the 3-4, but it's a team I think can run a 4-3. But they're running a 3-4. Vernon maybe hasn't played up to the big paycheck he got, but obviously a very good player. I think more time with the Giants, he can get better. And I mean, obviously, I think he's a pretty good player, makes the top 10 list here. But I think can be better. Again, I don't know why, but I always viewed him more as a D end. We'll see how he does at the position this year. At number 9 on the list is going to be Leonard Floyd of the Chicago Bears, outside linebacker. He was having a ridiculous year until he got hurt. Unfortunate injury. I think he's going to be towards the top of the NFL in sacks. A freakish athlete on the outside. He could also drop back in coverage too. So if he stays healthy, let's hope he stays healthy. He's easily on this list. But maybe a guy we need to see more of still. But again, was looking very good before the injury last year. Number 8 is going to be Clay Matthews of the Packers. So maybe no secret, not where he once was, but still a very productive player, captain on that Packers team. So he comes up at number 8, maybe predicting just a little bit of a decline, but still makes the cut. And then we got 2 Packers in a row. Number 7, I got Nick Perry. I'm predicting a step up from him. Very athletic outside linebacker, rushing the passer. So I actually think he's going to hop Clay Matthews, maybe the better pass rusher on that defense. So he comes in at number 7 on my outside linebacker list for the 3-4 defenses. At number 6, we got Terrell Suggs of the Ravens. Maybe another guy I'm going to predict a little bit of a decline, maybe because of his age, but he's a future Hall of Famer. He's a freak guy. Continues to surprise everybody. They're starting to get some young talent on defense, like what they're doing there for the future. But he's still going to be their guy on the field at all times there. But comes in at number 6. Number 5 on the 3-4 outside linebacker list is going to be Brian Iraq Poe of the Tennessee Titans. It's nice seeing him stay healthy. I used to get hurt constantly. Used to be having like Pro Bowl seasons and get hurt. On the Titans, been staying pretty healthy. A little surprising, to be honest. But last year, you look at maybe halfway through the season, the Titans were struggling big time in pass rush productivity and sacks. They were I want to say around halfway through the season, they were second to last behind the Buccaneers in sacks, pass rush productivity. And then all of a sudden, they just stepped it up. They finished in the top half of the league in sacks, and Brian Iraq Poe was a big part of that. Really, really stepped it up in the second half of the season. So that looks promising going into the next year. We got some veterans on this list. Big-time veterans, Iraq Poe, Suggs, Matthews. So it's hard to predict the order they'll finish next to each other, but really, Iraq Poe, the way he finished the season, is why he's towards the top of the list with those veterans. So now we're on to 4. I think the top 4 really separate themselves. Maybe I should say, top 3, top 4 really separates themselves. The defensive talent in the NFL is just great. But I think the other position groups I covered compared to this one were better. This one's maybe a little bit on the weaker side. Very good players here, but not a whole bunch of talent compared to a 4-3 defensive end position group. But on number 4, I do like this top 4 a lot. Justin Houston of the Kansas City Chiefs. Always getting productivity, always getting sacks. Maybe not as good as he was a few years ago, but it wouldn't surprise me if he got back to that spot. They need him big time this year. I could see their defense kind of taking a decline a little bit, but so they need these sack artists to get them going, and Justin Houston's the guy that can do that. So we're on to the top 3 now. Again, I think the top 3 are pretty clear. I thought the top 4 was clear. Top 3, you can say the same thing. Number 3 is Ryan Kerrigan of the Redskins. Another Pro Bowl guy. Very impressive year in, year out. He's going to get the sacks. Bottom line, he's going to get the sacks. Very impressive guy that I thought would be more of a 4-3 end coming in the league, and has been very impressive as this outside linebacker spot. So, again, another Pro Bowl talent there, no surprise. Number 2 is going to be Jadeveon Clowney, a guy that was a 3-4 end, and then now a 3-4 out, more of a 3-4 outside linebacker. Now we talk about 4-3 ends and 3-4 outside linebackers. Maybe a guy playing either of those positions has played the other one, and that's no surprise. But playing a 3-4 end and playing a 3-4 outside linebacker is a totally different thing. Very impressive. Maybe the best run stuffer in this position group in the NFL, and he's young. We know he can hit. We know he's not going to miss tackles. So very impressive. Could use some more work developing in his pass rushing game, but no doubt he's already good at it. But no doubt in my mind he can get better at it. And then once that happens, very scary player, already is. So he comes in at number 2. Pretty hard to take the number 1 spot in this category because Von Miller is one of the best in all of football. So again, you guys voted him there, and I put him there. No surprise, no big surprise there. Who just missed the cut for me? Whitney Merciless. I think Whitney Merciless, if healthy, is another guy that's on this list. We need to see him stay healthy. Preston Smith, underrated guy. Really wanted to put him in here. He played very well last year, only about 25 years old, I want to say, and then so he can get even better. TJ Watt, up-and-comer. I didn't really consider him right now in the top 10, but he can be in there in the near future. And then, like I mentioned with Brian Iraq Poe, the Titans' pass rush game just came out of nowhere at the end of last year. So Derek Morgan, I did consider on this list as well, but didn't quite make it. I think Brian Iraq Poe maybe the better for right now. They did draft Harold Landry too, and he thought that was one of the biggest steals of the draft. So what's going to happen there? Going to be interesting to watch. But we're on to Danny Provolone's top 10. First 5, as you can see, he's got Preston Smith in there. Like I said, it was hard keeping him out. Thought he could have been in there, and then I'm glad Danny put him in there. He's got Clay Matthews at 9, Olivier Vernon at 8, Leonard Floyd at 7, so he's got him a little higher than me. A guy to watch out for if he's healthy. Brian Iraq Poe is at 6. Terrell Suggs at 5. So it's pretty similar to me. He swapped Ryan Kerrigan with Jadeveon Clowney. Maybe needs to see more of Clowney, so you can understand that Kerrigan is more of a sure thing pass rusher. So completely understand. One thing I wouldn't understand if Von Miller wasn't 1, but as you can see, you guys voted him 1. I put him at 1. He put him at 1, so it's no shocker there. That's where he belongs in the 3-4 outside linebacker ranking spot. So that'll do it for this one. We got plenty other position rankings and NFL content on the channel already. We still got to get through middle linebackers, 4-3 outside linebackers, and then corners and safeties. Then we're going to go on predicting the season team by team. Then playoff predictions, Super Bowl predictions. We'll eventually have fantasy stuff. All kinds of stuff planned. Can't wait for the NFL season, but we got a lot to cover before it starts, so stick with us. Please subscribe if you haven't already, because our goal is 10K subscribers. But that'll do it for this one today. Goodbye.